I'm a lifelong fan of Shin Megami Tensei. Really, I'd even go as far as to say it's one of my deepest secrets. I got it bad. And when I look over the series' vast catalogue of very interesting nonsense, I view Persona 3 to be one of these sacred texts, so to speak. Maybe the sacred text at the crossroads of the whole series. Now, I wrote a little bit about it. I got a few really good nuggets in this video for you today, although I don't remember where I put them. So you'll probably have to watch the whole thing. But please keep in mind, this all comes from someone who genuinely believes in Japanese role-playing games as a genre. As you will soon see, I'm one of the ones who gets it. I've been getting it all my life, instinctually. And it's a terrible feeling to have something resonate on an instinctual level because, well, you can't really explain it. Keep all that in mind. At the risk of alienating the 15 people I already have listening today, I'm going to begin with a sort of math equation of all things. I'm going to read to you the source code of Shin Megami Tensei. Within SMT's complex level and stat system, we can read deeply cosmic truths. The main attraction on the status screen is, of course, Kaneko's demon artwork, doing the heavy lifting, but I would like you to consider for a minute how all the surrounding numbers help to tell the story. Every demon is made up of 6 core statistics that govern the efficiency of whatever their 8 skills may be. A being has strengths and weaknesses to 9 elemental affinities. A being has a level and a race/arcana that affects how they interact with other beings when fused. And additionally, you have an unwritten and unquantifiable personality that may affect dialogue interactions. They have unwritten preferences for the skills they can inherit, and sometimes a personal connection to other demons that may result in a special fusion. Now, this is already more than enough to paint a full and nuanced depiction of the being, yet SMT also jumpstarts our imagination by giving us a couple lines of flavor text, a bit of the lore. A bit more complicated than a Pokemon card. This is a perfect character creation system and the canvas upon which SMT can draw whatever it wants. Even calling it a character system seems callous. You're not building a Dungeons & Dragons self-insert. These demons are culturally significant forces of nature. Through dialogue interactions, flavor text, animations, design, and of course, the stats, SMT is able to illustrate within these deities a massive amount of actual human history. Crucially, these demons are often brought about digitally through the number of unique summoning technologies present in the many games. The past recreated with the technology of the future. Through this lens, every religion is able to coexist at once in the same universe. To put it bluntly, SMT is dangerously close to becoming its own actual religion. Bold opening statement, I know, but please indulge me. A group of real people have obviously put a lot of thought into this system, so I'm going to give them some credit and think about it for a while. The SMT character system is still present in Persona 3, although it's not the focus. For the majority of Persona 3's playtime, you're actually just dismissing an endless deluge of text boxes, dialogues designed to convey the lived experience of one disorganized high school student who does not have enough time ever. Persona 3 is downright whimsical. It is a beautiful piece of bittersweet wish fulfillment, equal parts joyously nostalgic but also concealing of a deep longing. It is truly difficult to play as an adult. Sometimes fun, sometimes boring, and often a little sad. That is 2009 on Tatsumi Port Island. If SMT tries to convey the nature of a demon through its character system, then the goal of Persona 3 is aiming to convey a person through the social link system. How is this done? Well, there's a lot less numbers involved for a start. Intimacy is conveyed through 10 levels. Your protagonist's personality is measured through only 3 stats, and that's about where the numbers end. The rest is simply talking to people. You can track the effectiveness of your responses through the number of emojis the characters release, but identifying the response they will like is all up to your ancient instincts. Persona 3 is best played like a sort of personality test. You'll gravitate towards certain characters, and increasing their arcana ranks will in turn gravitate you towards their specific personas. In a sense, you can kind of determine, for example, Tanaka's personality by looking at the game's devil personas. All status effects and Mudo instant kills. Tricky bullshit, yep, that's Tanaka. And how about Yuko? Strength personas, all about buffs and clean-cut physical attacks. Maybe that's who Yuko is. Now, in a sense, that canvas we mentioned earlier has now expanded quite a bit, and I guess it all does come back to the numbers. Now, how about those numbers? There is still a combat system here. Persona 3's scolding, purgatoric hot pot of a turn-based combat system. Listen to any of the boss music. Every fight is your last. Playing on hard mode, you will be deep fried in numbers and statistics. You will learn to love and fear the random number generator. Buffs, status effects, items, nulls, repels, knockdowns, and criticals. Persona 3 has all the hallmarks of a genuine fighting game in turn-based form. At times it feels more like Street Fighter than Dragon Quest. Chicanery is required. And that's all I can say. Persona 3 can also be taken entirely at face value. Hip-hop, the bold, flat colours of the menus, crippling existential dread, remember you will die, exams. High school can indeed feel like an apocalypse. It was hell at the time, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. Persona 3, over the course of its 100 hours, forced you to consider deeply the passage of time. It pressured you very gently into choosing the people and activities that were important to you. You don't have a lot of time, you seriously don't. It doesn't matter if it's not the right choice, it's your choice. So pick someone before it's too late. It was a Sunday morning. After spending about 30 minutes on the Knicks fight, and then another 40 minutes saying goodbye to every NPC, I played through the game's final scenes, and said out loud, "Oh shit, that's it!" Your 140-hour journey gradually dissolves into an ending that's almost minimalist in its presentation. What actually happened is up to your interpretation. The game ends and you are fizzled out of the story, the protagonist literally falling asleep. There is no implication that he'll come back to hang out next summer, because the game's over. And it is only a game after all. You'll have to leave it behind, no matter how much you love Mitsuru. I went into New Game Plus. Now, initially it feels like witchcraft. I just died, and now I'm back. Still hanging out with these people. I'd built up parasocial relationships with the cast in the initial playthrough, but now I'm outing myself as an extra-dimensional being with powers over time and space. Although, this feeling too, I believe is part of the intended experience. Try and play again. No matter what you do, you cannot get past January 2010. This playthrough is memento mori to the extreme. The knowledge of the protagonist's death brings a new perspective onto the world. New Game Plus is also when our protag is tasked with fighting Elizabeth. A genuine Sisyphean task, just an immovable object. Elizabeth believes that through fighting someone stronger than her, she will learn the answer she is looking for. Everything will make sense and she will have closure. Elizabeth is a mirror. She's a completionist, just like me, determined to fight the impossible fight simply because it's there in the game. That's why I'm fighting her. I'm a completionist too, can't put the game down when I'm this obsessed, but like, this is a terrible fight. Isn't fun at all. And after the battle, she has gained no such revelation. You need to choose your own meaning in life. Don't need to play the bullshit boss fight just because it's there. Don't have to complete it to gain permission to stop playing. Elizabeth learns this after the fight, and so do you. I view this as a sort of secret ending, in a sense. It's another form of moving on. After defeating Elizabeth, I left the rest of New Game Plus unfinished. The most meaningful playthroughs of Persona 3 are the ones where we do not stress about completing every social link, we just hang out with the people we care about. Go to the movies with Ken. Some might say it's a waste of time, but I love that little fucker.
Even as I speak, I can feel it.
After 160 hours of playing the Journey in hard mode, New Game Plus, and the Super Boss, finally hearing new dialogue in the answer was like enjoying a drink of ice-cold water right after getting out of the MGS4 microwave corridor. We finally made it past January. I don't know what part of the journey was canon. Did we romance Mitsuru? Did Chidori live? Did the protag defeat Elizabeth? Everyone's doing fine, but they aren't really. The answer is perfect. It's essential. Combat here is legitimately Nocturne grade. There's less dialogue, which means that what is here really stands out, and that ending was actually all I needed. P3's original ending is a bold statement. Beautiful, but also makes me feel sad and lonely to have ever cared about a fictional world. The ending of The Answer finally coddles me a bit. I feel a bit warmer and am now actually going to move on, albeit cautiously. That's all I have to say, but before I go, here are a few notes on the chronology of my playthroughs. I first played Persona 3 in 2014, back when I was about the same age as the protagonists. Definitely hit a bit different then. The playthrough that I'm writing about now was actually one I began right at the end of 2019, right after I graduated. Today it's 2025 and this playthrough took me 5 years to finish. Back in 2019, I named the protagonist Coral Karuchi, I suppose as an allusion to JoJo's Part 5 that was airing at the time. I was working at Coles, had plenty of free time, got about halfway through Persona 3 until I picked up Judgment and then... then I'm playing Judgment. I didn't stop thinking about Persona 3 though. Over the course of those 5 years, I'd pick it up, play about an hour or so to confirm it's still the best game ever, and then put it right back down. During that 5-year period, I finished SMT5 and both Digital Devil Sagas, but Persona 3 still lingered. It's done now, and I likely won't touch it again for a great number of years. That's why I feel kind of sad, see? But I know its time will come again, and until then I'm choosing to close my eyes and return to the real world. Wait, I'm not done. Always more to say with Persona 3. An object of such colossal significance to me just cannot be contained into a 10-minute video because the meaning keeps changing. Somewhere within, I have memories of being a 13-year-old and playing this game for the first time on my PlayStation Vita. This replay dredged up a lot of nice memories, but they're only becoming more faded. I have, in a sense, paved over a lot of the original memories from 2014 and replaced them with new ones from 2025. Things have changed a lot, though, to my dismay, Persona 3 itself is frozen in time. Tatsumi Port Island never changes. It's a feeling of loving something so much, wanting to be immersed so deeply, that the feelings of want irreparably warp the experience in a way. You ruin the thing you fear losing with your fear of losing it. When I play the game next time, I'll have some nice memories of 2025 that I can look back on. You know, I had a blast.
Locking on. Son of a bitch!